In a poignant reflection shared just hours after the Vatican confirmed the death of Pope Francis, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance offered a deeply personal tribute to the late pontiff, revealing that he had met with him just a day before his passing. Pope Francis, born Jorge Mario Bergoglio, died at the age of 88 on Easter Monday, April 21, 2025, at the Vatican's Domus Sanctae Marthae residence. Though the Vatican has yet to release an official cause of death, early reports suggest that the pontiff may have suffered a stroke. His death has sent shockwaves through the global Catholic community and beyond, marking the end of a transformative papacy that lasted more than a decade. A final encounter. Vice President Vance, who was in Rome for diplomatic meetings and Easter observances, shared his final encounter with Pope Francis in a heartfelt social media post. According to Vance, the Pope appeared, obviously very ill, during their meeting, yet still insisted on personally welcoming the Vice President and his family. He was frail, soft-spoken, and clearly suffering, Vance wrote. Yet, in that same gentle spirit we've come to know, he took the time to speak kindly to my children and gave them thoughtful gifts, chocolate Easter eggs, a Vatican tie, and rosaries. This small but deeply symbolic gesture reflected the Pope's enduring compassion, even in his final hours. Vance noted that the meeting, though brief, left a lasting impression on his family. He embodied grace in pain, Vance added. Even as he stood on the edge of eternity, he chose kindness. A legacy of humility and reform. Pope Francis's death marks the end of a historic era in the Catholic Church. Known for his humility, advocacy for the poor, and emphasis on mercy and compassion, Francis broke many traditions associated with the papacy. From riding in a modest Fiat instead of the traditional popemobile to washing the feet of prisoners and Muslims during Holy Week, his papacy was marked by acts of radical inclusion. He also initiated significant reforms within the Vatican bureaucracy, tackled financial transparency, and addressed sexual abuse scandals within the Church with more directness than many of his predecessors. Global reaction. Tributes have poured in from world leaders, religious figures, and faithful Catholics across the globe. Vance's message joined those of other prominent figures, including former President Donald Trump, President Joe Biden, and numerous heads of state who have expressed their admiration for Francis's spiritual leadership and moral courage. Biden, a devout Catholic himself, called Francis a beacon of hope in a divided world. World leaders emphasized his role in promoting dialogue across faiths and advocating for peace, social justice, and climate action. What comes next for the Catholic Church? As tradition dictates, the College of Cardinals will now convene in a conclave at the Sistine Chapel to elect the next pope. The process could take several days or even weeks, as the cardinals discern the path forward for the Church amid complex global challenges. Meanwhile, the Vatican is preparing for a funeral that is expected to draw millions of mourners to Rome. Security has been heightened as pilgrims begin to arrive from every corner of the globe. In his tribute, J.D. Vance captured what many are feeling in the wake of Pope Francis's passing: sorrow, gratitude, and awe at a life devoted wholly to faith, service, and love. Meeting Pope Francis the day before his death felt like touching a piece of history, Vance wrote. He gave everything, right up until the very end.